Catwoman has had many aliases, and one of my favorites is Elva Bar. That's one from Batman 15 in 1943. This is the era of Catwoman with an actual cat head as part of her costume. Because when Catwoman first debuted, she didn't really have a costume. She was just an attractive woman who was disguising herself as other people. The master of disguise element was important for Catwoman at the start, and they do sometimes bring it back in later on, with the way that she can kind of change aliases. But in the story, Your Face, Your Fortune, you have a very interesting outing for her. That's a story written by Jack Schiff with pencils by Bob Kane, inks Jerry Robinson, George Russo's. In this story, the identity of Elva Bar for Catwoman works at a beauty salon, and she's playing the long game. It's all going fairly well, but she's recognized by Bruce Wayne at a beauty contest, and he also votes for her. The story is truly wild, and we discussed part of it in a long-form video, but more from the Linda Page, Batman's other love interest at the time's kind of perspective. But when we're talking about Elva, in this issue, she falls for Bruce Wayne because he's handsome. And so when she's caught in her scheme, which is that she's making masks of her clients, and then she's going out and she's committing robberies, and she's caught in full cat-headed glory by Batman, she says that she would reform if only she could date Bruce Wayne. The best thing about the story is probably just what a cad Bruce is and how terribly he handles the situation because he already has a girlfriend, because he lets her go as Batman and then does start dating her as Bruce. It's also interesting because you see that despite the fact that she is dating Bruce, she does still keep up with her gang because she's hanging out with them, and they're the ones telling her that, you know what, he probably still has a thing for the girl that he was dating. And then she scratches that hench's face because how dare he. Elva even keeps working at the beauty salon, which is really interesting. Like, it almost seems like she would actually have reformed if it hadn't turned out that Bruce was just dating her long enough to see her reform and then was going to go back to his actual girlfriend. In a sequence that I read in the Linda Page video, that's one of the messiest sequences of all time, and I love it. This era of golden age Catwoman before they kind of finalize what she's going to be is interesting. And there's kind of a little bit of a tragic element that they start to seed into her. Now, being Elva does not ultimately work out because when she learns the truth that Bruce doesn't actually love her, she goes back to crime hard. And so Batman has to take her down. He was just doing his best, dating her to reform her. What a hero. I just think this is a really interesting Catwoman story and just a fun Golden Age Batman story. It's one that sticks out to me. Also, she has great hair in this issue. The changeability of Catwoman and her ability to kind of morph into different people and occupy different social standings is something that's been there from the beginning, and it's always fun when people do bring that up and play with it. So, do you have a favorite alias for Catwoman?